So, wait, what did I just hit? Make sure I'm recording to the right place. Okay. So yes, if you've been here all 6 weeks, I want you to just be proud of yourself for actually showing up. And if you've been here all 6 weeks, I want you to actually get back with your um office manager because they will have something for you. So if you attended all 6 weeks, make sure you get back with the office that you are here with, and tell them I told you that they're gonna have something for you. Okay. So this final session celebrates your achievement while ensuring you're fully prepared to launch into tax season with confidence, compliance, and the knowledge that sets you apart. So again, guys, when I tell you everything that you're learning here, you may know people who've been doing taxes, but especially like if you're new to taxes, or if you do know people who are doing taxes like at home, TurboTax, things of that nature, you will be surprised the things that people have been taught that are not necessarily correct or true, or they just kind of out here trying to feel things out for themselves and they really don't know what they're doing. And you actually just going through this course for 6 weeks, listening to me run my mouth, have learned more than the average person who say to prepare taxes actually know. Okay, and I think somebody. Let me know if y'all have anybody waiting to come in. I still see a couple of people trying to get in. Mm-hmm. Okay, so again, you made it. Let's take a moment to recognize your significant accomplishment. You dedicated 6 weeks to mastering complex tax concepts, regulations, and best practices. You now possess knowledge that many practicing preparers lack, which position you for immediate success. So, if you want to, I would like um, or you can put it in the chat, like what's been one of your biggest takeaways? What's something that you learned so far that may be like your aha moment? How do you feel moving forward? Are y'all feeling confident? Are y'all feeling prepared? Like um where we at? So this is week 6. You know, we amongst family. You don't have to be shy. Like, let's talk about it, because once we finish this course, we're gonna have some other trainings like for software, more marketing. But like, this is the meat and potatoes. Like, you've learned about tax laws. You learned about um systems that you should have in place. You learned about how to talk to clients. Like, we're setting the foundation here. So is there anybody that want to kind of come off of mute or either put in the chat, like how are y'all feeling? Are you feeling prepared? You're not gonna be 100% ready, but you should feel more ready than when you got here for week 1.
So this is my second year as being a tax preparer, and like honestly, I do feel a lot more prepared this year because last year I kind of just jumped into it.
Mm-hmm.
And after tax and taking taking the courses and being here consistently, I do feel a lot more confident and established in my knowledge when it comes to being a tax preparer and helping my clients in the way to where I couldn't answer these certain questions last year. I feel like I can answer a lot more questions now this year because I've attended these classes and I've been paying attention.
Okay. Well, congratulations and hats off to you for showing up for yourself. And I can't wait to see how the knowledge that you have now gained gonna even grow your clientele and you grow in your confidence, which is gonna naturally attract more clients for you. Is there anybody else who want to share? I cannot see the chat, so I'll go back and look at it. But if anybody else want to come off of mute and share, feel free to do so. So confidence and compliance equals success. You're not just prepared, you're empowered to be the trusted professional who educates and transforms lives. So over the last 5 weeks, what we covered, week 1, we talked about the tax preparer roles and filing basics, becoming a trusted professional who educates and empowers. So again, information is still in your school group for everything that we talked about. Like, it's so many levels and it's so in depth that we'll be here endlessly if I just went into detail with every little thing. But again, you have the foundation and then you have the resources, so you have to use them. So you got the school group, you got Chat GPT, you have your office manager, you will have a team lead assigned to you eventually as well. So there is a plethora of resources where you shouldn't be wavering in your confidence. Even as a person been doing taxes since 2017, I don't know everything. There's no way that any one person gonna know the complete ins and out of the full tax code. So don't let that deter you. So what you don't know, you can go and find out, and then you have the basics. Week 2, we talked about filing statuses, credits and deductions. So choosing the right status. We know that there are 5 filing statuses. We talked about maximizing the right credits, the distinction between refundable and non-refundable credits. Can anybody tell me just quickly, what is the difference between a refundable or non-refundable credit? What is the main thing that set those two things apart?
I know this one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm kind of excited. All right. So the difference is the non-refundable means it's going against your balance, like whatever you owe, but you don't get the remaining balance back if there's anything left over. And the refundable is where that's what they actually get in their return when it comes back. Is
Perfect.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, absolutely right. So refundable means if it's money left over or if the person don't have a tax liability, that amount can be given to them in a refund. Non-refundable means just that if they owe a balance, it will bring them down to 0, but it will not add to their refund or will not result in a refund. So perfect. Thank you so much for that. Is it Janelle? Jay?
It's Janielle, but you're welcome.
Ooh, baby, that's fancy. Okay.
I understand.
Week 3, we talked about income types and adjustments. So knowing the source, we talked about earned income versus unearned income, and we talked about self-employment. We talked about 1099s. Week 4, we talked about the Schedule C, and basically anything that is associated with a 1099 normally is going to be carried over to a Schedule C. We talked about red flags with the Schedule C. We talked about the information that we need to be putting on those Schedule Cs. So all of that, and the Schedule C, that is kind of a next level, almost slightly advanced, but you guys have the basics. And again, all of your tax returns will be double checked before actually being transmitted to the IRS. So you will gather this information, you will prepare it, we will oversee it, and then we will correct it together if corrections are needed. And some things are going to be a hands-on experience during the actual tax season. Week 5, we talked about due diligence and common docs, and we've been talking about due diligence slightly every single week because it's so important. And I'm going to be talking about it again tonight because I just can't really drive home how the IRS is ramping up, how they're growing, how they're putting things in place to make sure that we are actually doing our jobs, and that we're not doing things that we should not be doing, or we're not letting people get over on the IRS. So sometimes it's not necessarily that you was trying to help somebody get over, but it's just kind of like you did not do your job. You did not interview, you did not ask enough questions or the appropriate questions. So I want to make sure that you guys are very confident in that. So we will be touching on due diligence again tonight. In week 6, we're going to be talking about when you leave here, you're ready to launch. You're ready to launch. Each week, we've been really like launching since week 1. I've been challenging you guys to go out into your communities, go out to your social medias, go out to your phone list, get comfortable talking to people. So now we officially ready to launch. Tonight, we're going to also talk about some of those updates that's coming with the big, beautiful bill. Y'all know that was, should know that that was the big bill put in place for 2025 by Trump administration. It's all kind of stuff in there, but I just pulled out some things that will be important to us. And of course, some things that you guys can position yourselves to use to be educational to your communities and to the people that you're talking to and to the people that you'll be working with and for this tax season. Let me make sure we don't have nobody else in the waiting room. No, I almost ended the meeting for okay. All right, so let's get into it. The big, beautiful bill, what you need to know. And of course, this is not everything that's inside of the bill, but just some important stuff. So you got the clean energy and vehicle credits, up to 7,500 for new electric vehicles, up to 4,000 for used electric vehicles. Income limits do apply. The credit energy efficient home improvement credits up to 1,200. Residential clean energy credit 30% for solar panels and other clean energy upgrades. Note that the electric vehicles, Trump did do away with that. I think that's gonna be good up until September 2025. After September 2025, that credit is going away. IRS modernization. So this is significant because the IRS, just like everybody else, is improving and becoming more digital, I'm gonna say. So they have improved e-file systems with enhanced user experience, digital upload capabilities. So sometimes if you are being audited, we used to have to send that information in the mail and it could just be a lot of back and forth. Now it's getting to where you can actually upload those documents directly to the IRS. They have faster refund tracking and processing, enhanced audit focus on high income taxpayers, continued emphasis on due diligence and compliance standards. So just like everybody else, the IRS is getting into AI. The IRS is putting certain things in place to be able to double check things that we are running through there to compare information from previous seasons. So again, we just gonna make sure that we doing what we supposed to do. We're not gonna have no worries or no problems. But this is also significant because depending on the type of clients you get, it's something for maybe you to work on somebody's taxes and they tell you, oh, well, can you get me more? Or, they kind of like, they'll jug at you to try and get them more money, but they want it to be on you. They don't want it to be on them. So we're going to bend the rules as far as we can bend them, but we're not going to break them. And that's, if they're not happy here, then they can go elsewhere. But I guarantee you that they will be back. In past years, and I think I've said this multiple times, the IRS used to just kind of like release the money and then they would start going after individuals after these people have had the money. Nowadays, people gonna get a notice like, okay, you getting back $20,000. They checking where my refund, to the point where eventually you gonna just have a number there or some type of notification to let you know basically you're not getting this money or that you're gonna have to call in, etc. So don't even get caught up in that. The IRS with everything that has happened, it has allowed the IRS to get smarter as well. So people think that they plan the IRS and they not. Expanded credits and deductions. Earned income credit threshold has increased for inflation. Standard deduction permanently increased. We went over standard deduction last week for 2025. You still got the education credits, enhanced opportunities for tax savings. So I think the earned income credit is maybe it's on my next slide. The earned income credit, I think, gonna max out at about 8K this year. So we should probably be seeing, can possibly be seeing a little bit more higher tax refunds based on how many kids and everything the person has. And then the child tax credit is going up from 2,000 to 2,200. You have health and ACA updates, expanded premium tax credit extended through 2025. So this is going to be your 1095-A for individuals that are self-employed or even employed. If they get insurance through the marketplace, that tax credit is increasing as well. Everything is so high that, I mean, they really don't have a choice but to increase some of this stuff. Form 8867, due diligence penalties have increased significantly. So again, that due diligence is not going away. The IRS is actively targeting improper earned income credit, child tax credit, American Opportunity Tax Credit filings with stronger enforcement on self-employment reporting. Your meticulous documentation isn't just good practice, it's essential protection. Some additional sweet things that are in the big beautiful bill is no tax on tips. So for our servers, our bartenders, our strippers, all of the things of that nature, if they get tips, if they earn tips, that monies is no longer taxable. I'm really feeling this no tax on overtime pay. I think so that's going to be up to 12,500. That's very significant because it's a lot of people who work out overtime and it's taxed just like your regular pay, and it makes almost working overtime feel like it's not worth it. So especially for like my nurses, my phlebotomists, my respiratory therapists, my high income people, you know, a lot of times they do work a lot of overtime. And so I'm excited for this, for that type of clientele. Auto loan interest deduction. So guess what? Interest paid on loans for new vehicles, and this is on the personal. You don't have to have a business. Can write off up to 10,000. The vehicle must be for personal use. Loan must originate after December 31st, 2024. And income limitations do apply, but that is pretty big. So that is another significant thing when you can put it on your intake form, or maybe if you just have a client that, oh, you can just ask them, did you purchase a car in 2025? These are small things that you will know about that average tax preparers don't know about to be able to get your clients more money legally. The SALT deduction expansion, the state and local tax deduction cap temporarily quadruples from 10,000 to 40,000. And any of these like credits and deductions and stuff can have a cap. Like if a person make too much money, like, so if I say, well, you can get up to 40,000 off. If the person made closer to 500,000, they might get a little less, but they'll still get some of the credit. So when we just say income phase out, that means that they just might not get all of it, but they'll get some of it. But those people that's right in the middle, right in the sweet spot, that's gonna be good for them and help lower their tax liability and help keep more of their money in their pocket. And again, the child tax credit grows from 2,000 to 2,200. And again, stay alert to tighten eligibility requirements, documentation standards, changes to credit refundability provisions. So just with the child tax credit, again, we want to make sure that the person meets the the support test and the family test. So is this a direct descendant? Is this their child, their niece, their nephew, their grandchild? When we get into carrying other people that are not a direct descendant, then the credit is not as high, and the person may need to prove the relationship, and they might not get as much of the credit as a direct descendant. The Social Security benefit relief. A new deduction helps seniors reduce or eliminate federal taxation of Social Security income. The deduction phase out for individuals above 175,000 and couples above 250,000. So again, just depending on how much income they make can affect how much of the credit they actually qualify for, but it is there for them. The tax brackets for 2025 are increasing. So the amount of taxes that people have to pay actually are increasing. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail with this. This is something that you can look up. But a lot of times people will say, well, last year I got this back. And, the year before I got that back. Every year is different. Every year comes with its own thing. So sometimes the person has made more money. Sometimes the person has had less federal taxes withheld or state taxes withheld. But just know, so first of all, if you look at the 10%, the zero up to that number, like single say 0 up to 11,000, almost 12,000. If a person made that amount of money, they don't they're being taxed at the 10% from there, but starting with the standard deduction. So whatever, once we get over the standard deduction, okay, now we got to start paying taxes. How much did this person make? And for the income range that they fall in, tells you how much tax they should have paid throughout the year. Now, how much tax that they actually pay throughout the year will vary with other things because, okay, now if you got dependents, that changes a little bit. If you qualify for credits, that changes a little bit. But if you just look at the raw numbers, this gives you an idea of how much taxes a person should have had withheld through the season or throughout the year based on their filing status. So we got 5 filing statuses here. It's only 3 listed because married filing separately is basically equated to single, and then the widower filing status would get you the same numbers as married filing jointly. Anybody have any questions about that? So this is a nice thing to kind of look at and get familiar with based on your clientele. Okay, so essential next steps for your business launch. So on today is Tuesday, it is the 14th. On Thursday, the 16th, the P10 application opens, so guys should be able to officially start applying for your P10s on Thursday. So if you hadn't yet, you can go ahead and create just like your profile. You won't see the application yet. If you do see something, it's for 2025, so you don't want to click on that. So you want to wait until Thursday, and it looks like the P10 is actually going to only be $19.95 this year, which is exciting. I think it was like $35 last year. So on Thursday, the P10 application opens, and this is going to be necessary for you to be able to access your software. We cannot put you into the software without you having your P10 or your EFIN, but your EFIN, that is for my office owners. By now, everybody that's here, especially if you've been here all 6 weeks, should have completed your WISP acknowledgement. If you have not, if you don't know what that is, make sure you get with the office that you are connected with. Yes, Raquel, it opens this Thursday. I'm not sure if you was asking that again. Sign your partnership agreement. If you are here, most likely you have done that. But if for some reason, if you have not, I'm sure that your office is reaching out to you if you haven't. But if you don't know if you have a partnership agreement in place, make sure you get with your office. Um, Again, once you get your P10, we will be following up with you guys, or you can let us know because we'll need confirmation that you have that P10 to be able to give you your software access and login. And we will be getting into software training towards the end of the month, the beginning of November. You want to establish an organized system for client folders, secure document portals, and communication templates. Professional organization from day one creates client confidence and streamline your workflow through the season. So again, we want to make sure that we get in systems in place. We've been talking about this every week. So from initial contact, one, how are you getting clients information? Once you get that client information, where are you housing or storing this information? How are you communicating with your clients? At a minimum, you should have created you an email where you can communicate. Please do not have your tax clients sending their personal information to your personal email where you get everything else. That's not cool, and it definitely can cause for mix up. It can cause for you to miss information. It's just it's not professional. You want to have a professional email where you can easily find people's information and get back to it in the event that you have to. And again, we have a responsibility to maintain these documents for up to 3 years. So even if you only did a person's taxes one time and they call you on the 3rd year, you should be able to easily assess the information that you have on them or for them, or in the event that that person is audited, because the IRS have up to 3 years to audit them, you want to be able to find that information ASAP. You don't want to have to be combing through stuff or accidentally deleted it, because a lot of our personal emails are overloaded. We're constantly deleting. Now we're running out of space. They charging us for space. So just have this information somewhere by itself. Do anybody have any questions or concerns about that? Any of that? Obtaining the P10, the WIS, the partnership agreement, login access, or systems. Okay, so now we about to get into some good stuff. We're going to talk about the bank products. Drop me a money bag or some money signs if you excited about offering advance. It's about being paid from the refund. About learning about this money, because this is what we about to talk about next. Who excited about the money? I'm always excited about the money. Okay, I see y'all money bags. So let's leave out of here tonight understanding the money. Hold on, I gotta pull up something else for y'all. I see y'all. Uh, y'all bear with me 1 second. Can I make it big? Okay, can y'all see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, so bank product training, how to learn how to effectively offer bank products to your customers. What we're going to learn here is understanding and offering bank products, procedures for offering bank products, remaining compliant. So everything, you know, dealing with the IRS and dealing with this money requires you to have some level of compliance, because we know when we start dealing with money, folks start acting crazy. Understanding bank product. So a bank product is a solution that you can offer your clients in hopes of getting your tax preparation fees paid and used to retain and attract clients. So one, the refund transfer is being able to collect your prep fees out of the client's refund. In general, that's what we want. So as far as when a person is getting their taxes done, we always, if possible, want to be paid from the refund. If the person is not getting a refund, we can't be paid from the refund. They got to be paid out of pocket. I mean, yeah, they have to pay us, out of pocket. So getting paid from the refund is kind of like the number one way to guarantee payment. We know most people generally don't have $400 to like pay out of pocket. Now some people do, but most people don't. Refund advance loans. Your clients can receive a refund advance loan the day they file by filing with you. ERO products that can be given as an ERO EFAN holder to assist with your office. So as a P10 holder, which most of you guys are, you will be doing refund transfer and refund advance loans. How bank products benefit you and your clients. Clients can pay for fees directly from the refund, making it easier for those without upfront cash. Offer refund advances so clients can get cash quickly even before the IRS processes their returns. Bank products can reduce the stress of upfront payments, making the experience smoother and more appealing. Office owners can earn additional income through service fees and incentive programs offered by the bank. So how refund transfers work. The refund bank serves as a third party to receive the refund, split your fees, and send the taxpayer the rest. So step one, apply for a bank product. So a bank product is just a fancy way of meaning like the bank is fronting things, because the person is expecting a refund. The taxpayer is expecting a refund, but things happen. So we know student loans are back in repayment, child support, different things can happen where although the numbers show technically they was gonna get a refund, but in the event that that refund is offset or taken for whatever reason, sometimes people think, oh, well, they're gonna just still pay you and then they keep the rest. No, if the person owes more money than what they're getting back, the IRS don't send no money. Okay. So step one, if they're getting a refund, we're gonna put them in that they want to pay their tax prep fees from the refund. Step two, the refund is approved by the IRS. That's what we're praying for. That's what generally happens. Step three, the refund bank receives the refund. When the bank get the money from the IRS, they take out our fees. They put our money into the office bank account, and then they give the taxpayer the rest of theirs. Step four, the taxpayer receives their refunds and you receive your fees. Do anybody have any questions so far? I'm pretty much going to probably answer all of your questions by the end, but I don't want to lose anybody. So a bank product is, again, just a way of saying that the bank is the middleman between us and the client, the IRS, and us. The bank get the money, they pay everybody, and it's a great day. The client journey from intake to payout. Initial intake process, collect information and discuss payment options, including bank products like refund transfers and advance loans. And again, it's your job to make sure that your client knows that this is a loan. The bank is giving this money to them. We have not got money from the IRS at the point that the bank is giving them, the money. So the bank is taking a risk. Product selection, help clients choose the best bank product based on their needs. Refund transfer for no upfront fees. Refund advance for faster access to funding. So just because the person want to pay their tax prep fees from the refund, they don't have to get a loan. That is just an additional bank product. Getting paid from the refund is one bank product, and then also them getting a advance loan is another bank product. Submission and approval. Submit the tax return and bank product application, ensuring accurate data entry to prevent errors. And we submit this all while we're doing their actual taxes. Tracking the refund. Keep clients informed about the status of their refund and any bank product disbursements via text or email updates. So just like the client can go on Where's My Refund and check their refund, we can go on Where's My Refund and check the refund as well, and track when the client should expect payout. Just because we are tax preparers, we don't get any special insight. All of the correspondence about the tax return still goes to the actual client, but because we have all of the information, we can track it and check it as well. Payout and follow up. Once the refund is deposited, follow up with the client to confirm receipt and address any final questions or concerns. And normally once they get their money, people are happy. What normally happens is people get their loan, they get their advance, and then they start asking you after they spend that up, when I'm getting the rest, when I'm getting the rest, when I'm getting the rest. So refund transfer, we can offer 3 options: a money card, direct deposit, or a printed check. Direct deposit is normally what people prefer. The money card, I believe we are going to be pushing that because it's a little less expensive for us when offering these loans if they get a money card versus direct deposit. And then the printed check, it can be a little tedious or challenging for the printed check because if you don't have an actual storefront, then you have to either be prepared to meet somebody somewhere, because that means their check will actually be printed and you have to give it to them or mail it to them. And we know that just can be a headache, but it is an option. Things to know about refund transfers. When clients are applying for a refund transfer, the routing and account number on the 1040 will be the account established at the refund transfer bank. When ID verifying, be sure to have them use the information on the 1040, not their own bank account. If they get a check, the return transfer will no longer be valid, meaning your fees will not be paid by the bank or the loan won't be repaid. Refund transfers applies versus refund transfer funded. Your funding rate, okay, so that's mainly for office owners. For my P10 people, which is majority of you here, what is significant? One, so on the 1040 where it normally will show the person banking information, so it'll show like this is how much your refund is going to be, and people will say, oh, it's another bank information on there that ain't mine. I don't recognize that. I don't know that. Because the money is actually coming to our bank first so that we can get paid, the bank's accounting and routing number is on that page. But later back in the actual tax return, it will show the master banking information, and then it will show the client's information, and you guys will be able to direct your people there. And you want to understand this for yourself, and you want to be able to explain it, because of course people people just not trusting, or people feel like you made an error, or people feel like you might have put the wrong information there. So understand that basically my bank is going to get the funds, they're going to pull my fees out, and they're going to put it into your bank account. That's how this works. So that is the information that is on their actual tax return. And then sometimes people will get where it says when ID verifying, be sure to have them use the information on the 1040, not their own bank account. So sometimes people can randomly just be picked by the IRS for identification verification. So the IRS basically wants them to send in information proving that this is them. They actually do this to prevent identity theft. It's not that you did anything wrong. It's not that your client did anything wrong, and we don't have any control over it. But if they call into the IRS to verify the information and they give their banking information, and that is different from what's on the tax return because it was our bank's information, the money is going to go directly to that person. It won't be intercepted by the bank. And if that happens, one, if they were approved for some type of loan in preseason, it won't be paid back. And two, your prep fees will not be paid out by the bank. Like, we'll have to physically go after the client in hopes that they will be decent and still go ahead and pay when they get their money. But we know that that can be a little bit more tracking and work for us. Does anybody have any questions about that? Are y'all with me? Because I want to make sure you guys definitely understand this part because this is very significant.
I do want to say something real quick, Essence.
Please.
To touch back on the when you were talking about how people will go through and look at the forms and be like, oh, this isn't my bank information. Another tip that you can let these customers know, because if they actually pay attention to the numbers that are in there, their social security number is actually included in the account number. So you can tell them, this is a dummy account our bank makes, as Essence explained, to withdraw fees. But usually once you point that out to them and then they see it, they're like, oh, okay, I understand, and move right on past the topic. But that is that'll be the one thing that people will always catch, and they'll notice that, oh, that's not my account number. So don't be surprised if you hear it. It's just easy to explain to them and move right past it.
Thank you, Kara. And you and Candace can check in the chat. Make sure there's no questions there for somebody who possibly can't come off of mute, please.
I'm in the chat.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Refund advance loan. So your client may apply for a no cost, no interest loan or an interest bearing loan. So we got two types of loans. We got in-season, post-act, pre-season, pre-act. Things to know. The advance is a loan, not the client's refund. It is repaid from either federal or state refund. So this is another big thing. So pre-season loans mean that the person got a loan from the bank based on their refund amount before the IRS opens. So tax season for us and for the bank start January 2nd. Starting January 2nd, we can start uploading tax returns into the tax software and sending it over to the bank. But the IRS was not going to open probably until like the end of January. The exact date has not been announced yet. As far as I know, it's not out yet. So again, this is the bank taking the risk. So we prepared the taxes. We said that this person is going to, get a $6,000 refund. So we put in an advance to the bank. So hoping that this person is going to get their actual refund and that the bank is going to be paid back. So that is a pre-season pre-act. So become familiar with that. So like, what is pre-act? What is pre-act? That's what pre-season pre-act means. In-season means that the person gets the loan, but the IRS is now accepting or acknowledging returns. So there is less of a risk that the bank is not going to get their money back once the IRS actually opens. But when people are applying for loans before the IRS actually opens, people can try to shop around and try to get multiple loans because the IRS isn't open yet. So we are charged a fee for each loan that we give out, and we cannot pass this fee along to our clients. Again, we are charged a fee for each loan that we give, and we cannot pass this fee along to our clients. So I'm gonna give you some more information about that. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, sorry about that. So refund, advance, loan terminology. So marketing fee. So the banks, although we can offer these loans, the banks charge us for that because it's an incentive to be able um to bring in clients, to attract clients. So we know not all, if you at home doing taxes on TurboTax or whatever like that, you cannot technically be paid from the refund or offer loans or things of that nature. So there is a fee associated with it. With the preseason loans, it's higher risk, so it costs us more. Once the IRS opens up, they drop the cost of those loans. So it is you thinking about how that is going to affect your bottom line. So in season, um, post-act taxpayer advances underwritten once the IRS have acknowledgement from the IRS. Pre-season taxpayer advances with no acknowledgement from the IRS available from January 2nd until IRS e-file is open. Prior year loan debt. Taxpayers owes the bank from a previous year, the bank is going to come back and take their money as well. So if a person got a loan the previous year, but maybe part of their refund was taken by child support, and then let's say they get a pre-act loan this year, the bank is going to come back when they get their refund and take the money that they borrowed from them plus any prior year debt. So the do's and don'ts. Do tell your client if they meet the preliminary criteria. Don't promise final approval based on the preliminary criteria. Loan approval is not guaranteed. Charge enough so that the marketing fee won't affect your bottom line. Don't charge the taxpayer a fee for the refund advance loan or increase any fee above the amount you would have otherwise charged without a refund advance loan to the taxpayer. So pricing for tax loan and refund advances. If the person get advance, so this in the software you'll be able to see. You can ask the tax payer if they say, "Oh, are you offering advances?" or "I see you doing loans." Okay, how much does it cost me? As long as the loan amount is $1,000 or less, there is no fee to the client. Meaning, if they get $1,000, when they get their refund, the bank gonna just take back their $1,000 with no extra money, and that's gonna be that. If they borrow, if they get approved for anything over $1,000, it comes with interest, and it's still pretty decent. And these numbers maybe prior year, so don't look exactly at that 36%. But it fluctuated. You can see, so a preseason loan, it costs $75. So what that means is if you offer an advance, and the person get it in preseason, the bank charges you as the tax preparer $75 to opt for that loan. So if you charge the client $200 and they got an advance, then the bank is just going to pay you $125. So at the end of the day, we cannot charge more. We cannot charge more based off of that we're offering this, but you need to know what your prices need to be, because this is what it's costing you to offer this product. And the bank can call you or reach out to you and make sure that you understand this information. So just like, again, we're talking about compliance, the bank requires compliance for our offices to be able to offer these products. And so you guys need to understand this and need to, if you were to be called or reached out to ask, are you charging additional monies for an advance? No, you're not. And you need to be able to justify what you're charging a client. Is there any questions about that? Okay, bank product eligibility, refund transfer, open to all tax preparers, in-season advances, open to all tax preparers, pre-season. Your office will let you know if you can offer pre-season advances, because again, the pre-season advances is a higher risk for the actual office. And a lot of times people are shopping around, or if you are a brand new tax preparer, people will try to get over on you. So we do have additional screening methods in place to make sure that we are dealing with people who are hopefully as ethical as we are, and not just shopping around for monies that they don't have any plans on paying back, because that can affect the office that you work for. Okay. So things to remember: the processing of a tax return is not faster by selecting a bank product or service. You cannot pressure or mandate a client to use a certain bank product, such as check or debit card. You must refrain from making oral statements to the client that contradicts disclosures or other written marketing materials, or dissuade a client from considering such information. You cannot charge a higher fee for a client using a bank product versus them not using a bank product. If your office receives any complaints regarding any aspects of bank products, you must be promptly notified. Okay, common issues and how to resolve them: rejected refund transfer, verify client bank details early, and double check for typos to prevent rejection. So anytime you have a client you complete the tax return, you send it over for review, I always tell my client, make sure you double check the fees, are we clear, and double check that your bank information is correct. If the person put the wrong information in, once it's sent over, it's sent over. It's no undoing it, it's no changing it. It just is what it is. Now, in the event that they send it over and the information, like let's say they forgot a digit or they put the wrong digit, in the event that it's not a real bank account, then the bank will normally reject it, and then it will come back for you to give the person a check. But if the person put the wrong information on there, or you accidentally put the wrong information on there and it belongs to an actual person, that money is going into that account, and there's just nothing that we can do. So do not take for granted, take the extra time that it takes to actually double check everybody's banking information. Refund delays: educate clients about IRS processing time and set clear expectations up front. So if a client got earned income credit, child tax credit, when can they expect their refunds? even if they file January 2nd.
Not until sometime after Valentine's Day.
After what?
Like Valentine's Day.
Great job. Thank you, Serenity. So y'all remember that we talked about Path Act. So the average processing time is 7 to 21 days. So people will say, oh, well, I filed this. It don't matter. According to Path Act, if they have the earned income credit, child tax credit, they're not getting their money to sometime in towards the end of February, which is why the loans are such a big thing, because people are like, I need money now. I need money now. So yeah, I want a loan. I need money now. Missing or incorrect documentation, use a checklist to ensure all forms of ID signatures are properly submitted during intake. Be transparent about fees from start and provide a clear breakdown of all charges in the engagement letter. Set up automated alerts or texts, or be sure to keep clients informed about their refund status and bank products and updates. So again, guys, this goes back to having systems in place, being able to talk to your clients, keeping them informed, maintaining and continuing to build that trust. So, Candace or Kara, did y'all have anything else that y'all wanted to add as far as about the refunds, the bank products, offering advances? And advances is pretty much, I believe, at 7,500 this year. So if you're making flyers or you talking to people, the advance amount that we can offer up to is 7,500.
I did want to say, as far as adding the advances onto a return, guys, don't overthink that as well. It's literally a drop down list and a click. So it's not something that's like you have to like overthink. You just need to know the amount that the person wants to apply for, and that's pretty much it. And you would just keep going as you would through a regular tax return. So it's not nothing to overthink. It's a very easy process. Um, yeah, that's all I have pretty much.
And this information should be on your intake form. So your intake form will already be asking your people as they're filling it out. Are you interested in an advance up to $1,000? Are you interested in an advance up to 7,500? So remember, the difference between that is one come with fees and one don't. If it's in season, it's costing you a little bit more. You want to know, your bottom line as far as your tax prep fee.
Essence.
Yes, ma'am.
So I wanted to say real quick, as it relates to the advances, y'all cannot be afraid to offer those. I cannot speak for all of the offices on the call tonight. For my personal office, over 92% of my clientele are bank products, and over 85% are coming in with the advances or the advance requests. You have to be strategic when you're doing your pricing. This is why we're not doing $200 returns. Nobody is going to H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, Liberty Tax. They're any of those big name brands. You guys have the same exact tools and abilities that they do. You can process the same exact returns. You can offer the same exact marketing tools that they have. You have it at your disposal. So you want to make sure that you're taking advantage, because realistically, if you're not, you're just cheating yourself. And that's it.
Thank you very much. Absolutely.
And don't be scared neither, because just like she just brought up H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt, those companies are charging people every bit of $800 and $900 to do their return. And guess what? Those people are paying it. So don't ever be afraid to market your price. Not the word that got away from me. Don't ever be afraid to market yourself. Don't be afraid about your price. Like, obviously, don't do $800 or $900 because that's insane. But other than that, don't be afraid to come at these people with your fees. I mean, they will pay it. They will pay it.
All right. So does anybody have any questions or concerned about that? What about people who say TurboTax is free? So yeah, TurboTax actually is not free. I don't believe. I believe there is some pricing there, but again, you're being paid for your knowledge base. So when I'm able to get you back more money, or you're unsure, you got two people in a house trying to claim head of household, you just doing stuff that you don't know. So yeah, it's also free for you to lose money. So we also bring it back to the value that we provide. So we don't never try to convince anybody. You just bring the value. And it's just kind of like, well, you can go and do it on TurboTax, and then you can bring it to me and I can do an assessment, or for $25, I can see if I get you, get you more or whatever like that. But we are the experts. People being cheap who do they stuff on there, a lot of times they got questions. They don't know kind of what they doing. So we bring the value. We are the experts.
And also on that TurboTax statement, if somebody is giving you pushback and it's just like a back and forth thing, TurboTax, my cousin, to be honest, y'all, that's not going to be our clientele. That's too much like begging for somebody to file with you. Again, like they said earlier, if they don't file with you, they're going to go file with somebody else. And guess what? They're going to give them that money. And not only that, I mean, I personally went viral a few years back just from making a post about TurboTax. TurboTax is not accurate. I know when I talk to at least the people that I interview, I know a lot of y'all said y'all used it. I'm sorry. I'm going to hold y'all hand when I say this. Y'all probably missed a lot of deductions. That's just being real. So when you are not a professional and you're using these free programs, yes, they have customer service. I don't believe the customer service is even free. And if it is, it can't be that great, because if it was, my inbox wouldn't be blowing up the way that it is with quote unquote TurboTax users. So you have to find your people. That's where you have to niche down, find exactly who it is that you're marketing to, know who it is that you're talking to. Once you do that, you don't have to worry about them talking about TurboTax, because they won't even come talk to you, because they know that, I mean, they can't even sit at the table with you when you're talking about TurboTax versus a tax professional. It can't even hold the same weight. So
Okay, y'all drop some flames. It don't even hold the same weight, period. So don't, like, again, if you don't have the answer, we got the answer. So you are the new expert. I see you coming off of mute. You want to say something?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
I'm not sure, maybe I missed it or not. With the advanced loans, how quickly do they get that back? Like, is it same day approval, or is it like how long does the turnaround for the advanced loans?
In general, it's 24 hours. In general, it is 24 hours. There could be the season when things kind of glitchy, like blowing the dust off from the previous years. It can be a little lag in between there, but normally it is within 24 hours, generally. That they'll have the bank, we can put in where the bank will communicate with them that they've been accepted or they've been denied, and that information, a lot of times your client going to be telling you, oh, I got my money, and you won't even know.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. And that led me to want to say something else, and I forgot. Oh, and another big thing. So people will say, well, what's required? What's required? The bank does not disclose how their exact underwriting process. In general, if the person got a tax return the previous year, most likely they'll, if they got a advance the previous year, they paid it back. A lot of times they'll be approved. If they got a decent filing history where they haven't been shopping around, they'll normally be approved. But everything is at the bank discretion. So again, we can't guarantee them anything. We can just let them know that we are going to send the information over, and that the bank has the final say. So we've been doing this for years. The bank does not disclose. They don't, and it's not based on credit, because people always ask that. It's not based on credit. but there is no checklist to say, okay, if you got this, this, and this, I can guarantee that you're going to be approved. And I seen a message come through about pricing. So I know we touched kind of on pricing before, and there, whatever next class we have, it's some more information inside the school, Miss Patricia, that talks about that. So we'll go back over that. So inside of the school group, regardless of who you are with, there is a course inside that can give you a blueprint on a guidance for setting prices. And Kara or Candace, do y'all want to say something about prices? Because we all have, me, Candace, Kara, we all have a different clientele set. So it's
I was just gonna say, yeah, the price thing, it can really vary. You said it in the return itself. Kind of look at it almost like there are no two situations that are the same, because it could be, maybe this person has W-2s just like person B has W-2s, but due to a different situation, person A is getting the refund. Or maybe person A paid in the right amount of taxes while person B did not. They could have the same AGI, but their, refund amount could come out different. So if you wanted to set their fees at zero and have them pay up front, or if you wanted to, maybe it's a college student or a child filing, you can set your fee as low as you would like to go. However, you do need to remember that when they are paying for it out of the refund, as Essence mentioned earlier, there will be other bank fees attached to this that will come out of their refund as well. So I did just want to throw that in, but yeah, your pricing is pretty open. You can do with it as you please, and you don't have to follow anyone's blueprint. You can set your own prices, but obviously know your worth, set it accordingly, and get in your bag.
Thank you, Kara. Was you gonna say something, Candace?
I just want to, in general, wish everyone a very successful, prosperous tax season. I know this isn't the end or anything like that. We have a few more classes to go, but I really think that you guys are going to do great. I mean, I'm watching the numbers from the chat every week. You guys are showing up. You're being consistent. You're showing up for yourself. That's the most important. When I tell y'all, this probably, honestly, is the hardest part of taxes. I'm serious. Like, everything else is easy. If you just follow the blueprint that's been set out for you guys, there is no way that you can lose. And I'm so excited to be here on you guys' journey, to be able to witness everything that is getting ready to come into fruition. And I'm excited for y'all. Again, like Kara said, like Essence said, you have to know your worth. Make sure you're charging your worth. That may be one of the biggest things that I think first year, or the biggest mistakes that first year preparers make. They want to go in, everyone is a quote unquote friend or family member. Again, guys, this is a business, so you have to treat it as such. You have to run it as such. There are no discounts. I mean, you do what you want to do, but I'm just telling you, we've been in this game for a lot of years now. So we kind of know what works and what doesn't work. So we'll let you guys, run the place how you want. But just from, as a word of advice, get your money. At the end of the day, again, this is a need-based business. This is not a want-based business. These people need you, whether they're coming to you, whether they're going next door, whether they're going down the street. They're going to be paying somebody. You just have to be the person that they want to pay, basically. And again, it's not about the price that you're charging people. It's going to be about the value that you are bringing to them. And you want to make sure don't look at your clients as just numbers. I think I even have a few clients actually on this call with us tonight that are now becoming preparers. Shout out to y'all. But they'll tell you it's more of an education section. They're not just numbers. It's not just like, oh, this person's 400, this person's 500. You really got to look at the return, make it fair, be fair across the board. Don't charge one person 100, another person 1,500. Make it make sense, whatever it is that you do. And again, I mean, I'm excited to be here with y'all. I can't wait to see y'all blow up at the end of the season. So, I mean, we're here for y'all. Y'all all have our numbers. Our information is all inside of the school group. And that marketing group, y'all need to get active.
Yeah.
And that's
Because
it.
we got to keep the momentum going.
Does anybody have
sure.
any questions about the school group or
Okay.
how to operate it? Is there any questions? I just wondered if there was anybody who was stuck on anything or maybe needed some individual help.
All right, so y'all quiet tonight. Y'all quiet. So we're going to have some more classes. This just stops like the Tuesday at 7:30 class. But the other classes will be announced. There will be software training. Like I said, P10 applications open up on Thursday. So gonna give a couple weeks to allow everybody to get there, start putting people in the system. We're gonna have software training, more marketing. We getting into the holidays, and then January is go time. So January, not like, oh, what, do it now. There's gonna be practice returns, there's gonna be questions. Go through those courses. Some of them are like videos. Go back and re-listen to this. If it's anything that you want clear about, let's get connected, y'all. I told you we family, so you don't have to be worried about asking no stupid questions. Some more of y'all need to go ahead and drop y'all information, like y'all Facebooks and stuff, so we can support y'all. The people that is in the marketing group, y'all numbers are already going up, like dropping your insights and stuff like that. So let's keep the momentum going. Don't drop the ball. So motivation will come and go. Discipline, showing up for yourself every day. Discipline is what pushes you past motivation, because we all know we get unmotivated. So the next couple of weeks, I don't want to see y'all fall down to zero because y'all ain't getting this injection of motivation. Like, let's keep it going. And if whatever office you with, you should be following your office manager, because guess what? I'm gonna post every single day, usually multiple times a day. So if you need in that motivation, get on my page. Let me see what Essence posted today. I'm gonna be on there popping my stuff, guaranteed. So y'all know. Um, so y'all been amazing. Like Candace said, ready to watch y'all grow. If don't nobody had no questions, I didn't want to make tonight long. It still went longer than I anticipated. We ready to ride. We ready to rock out.